Our society tells us that love is only worth giving to those we know can and will love us back. What's in it for me, we ask. Crippled by self-obsession, we see relationship as a source of popularity, recognition, assurance, power, money, success. It functions as a two-way avenue whereby when we give, we'll receive in return. We use and abuse each other as commodities, not neighbours, things to be used, not to love. We instinctively tend to limit for whom we exert ourselves. We do it for those we like, and we do it for those like us. There's struggle, strife, and strain. But Jesus changes everything. You see, generous living flows out of a generous heart that's been transformed by an infinitely generous God. We were created by God to live life in community with each other, to invest in life-giving, authentic relationships. Our aim should be to love, not be liked, to give and not to get. Looking to Jesus and recognising how he generously lavishes his love on us each day will transform how we see others. For God so loved you and I that he gave his only Son. Why? So that we could be free from the grip of sin, so that we could enter into an intimate and personal relationship with our Creator, and so that we could have life in all its fullness. It begins and ends with grace. But we can only truly give grace once we've grasped it and experienced it for ourselves. Once we've recognised that God's grace is undeserved, unchangeable, unfathomable. You see, grace has no checklist, no tally chart, no terms and conditions. It's for all, and it has the power to change lives. You see, generosity is the opposite of merit. It's not about what we deserve, but how we can serve. We've been given a gift to share. Let's not misuse it, but be so extravagant with it that people can't help but ask why. How can we go out of our way today to show our loved ones unmerited grace, unmerited time, unmerited energy? Is there a relationship in your life that struggled because of pride, hurt, unforgiveness? It might be difficult, but we're called to be generous by graciously reconciling with each other. Of course, generosity in relationship goes beyond being generous with our nearest and dearest. By depicting a Samaritan helping a Jew, Jesus could not have found a more forceful way to say that anyone at all in need, regardless of class, religion, politics or gender, is your neighbour, and you should love your neighbour. Who is lonely and could really do with a friend? How amazing would it be to cultivate a culture of inclusivity, breaking down the barriers of cosy, comfortable cliques that leave some feeling like they belong at the expense of others feeling rejected. Let's be countercultural in living generously by showing God's unwavering, all-encompassing love in our relationships, not forgetting the unimportant, our enemies, the poor and the outcasts. After all, how can we demonstrate God's love if we only love those who love us back? Our aim should be to love, not be liked, to give and not to get. Think about all the different relationships that you have in your life, at church, in your course, in college, friends and family, and write down the ways in which God has helped you to be generous in those relationships and the ways in which you've been selfish in those relationships. Thank God for how you've been able to be generous and ask Him for the power to help us be generous in all of our relationships.